Teamwork. The value and importance of teamwork is as close as you can get in a business environment to what we would think of as religious conviction. When you speak about teamwork at work, you're obliged to be very respectful and deeply, deeply sincere, which is good. This is good because teamwork is a good thing. It's catalytic of many of the things that are best about an organization: collegial culture, an engaged workforce, effectiveness in going about the work. What's not so good is that many of the things we call teams are something else. They're what I refer to as teams in name only. By that, well, let me give you an example. A common thing in my consulting work is to sit in on a meeting which is billed as a management team meeting. Managers at a couple of different levels. And the way it works is this, that the managers take turns talking to the big boss, interacting with the big boss one-on-one. Now you might hope that the other managers are listening in, but as often as not, they're making notes for what they want to say, or if they've already spoken, they're drifting off. And at the end of the meeting, each of the managers goes off to his real work and never thinks about or contacts or has anything to do with his peer managers or peer managers until the next meeting. That's what I call a team in name only, because the defining characteristic of a team is joint ownership of something. Something might be a project, a product, a process, a service. You own it, no individual owns it, but all the team members own it together. And in the best cases, it's joint, undivided ownership. So if I'm part of a team of six, we six, I own 1/6 of the whole, but not any particular six. I own a sixth share in the success or failure of the whole thing. You find teams in name only at different levels in an organization, not just in management, but also at the very lowest level. So for example, you might have a test team, a so-called test team, in a highly matrix organization where they're called a team, but in fact the work they do has nothing to do with, they have nothing to do with each other. Rather, they're lent out to projects. Now, such a person that's been lent out might become a member of that project team. That's one thing, but just as often it happens that the person is lent out to 4 or 5 different organizations in a given week and therefore really is part of nothing. If the team that you work on is a team in name only, that suggests that what you've been calling teamwork may be something else entirely. Well, like what? In the worst case, it might just be a synonym for or a surrogate for compliance. In other words, you're credited with teamwork to the extent that you shut up and do as you're told. That's the worst case. A slightly better case is it involves enrollment. So for instance, I do solemnly swear that I will do my best to bump up second quarter earnings so that Wall Street has to take note of our company. Now, if you and 900 other people take that oath, you'll be commended, I believe, for your teamwork, but it's not going to feel like teamwork. That's not the kind of teamwork that makes a culture collegial and healthy and constructive. For that kind of teamwork, you need joint ownership.
Thanks for watching. There's much more on workplace culture in our book, Happy to Work Here.